Hello there and welcome back to the Achievement Planner. And I'm here to talk about, yes, the creepiest game of all time, Doki Doki Literature Club. And this is the plus edition of it. I can't even tell you. This is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life. In fact, in the beginning of the game, it says this is not for children or people who are easily disturbed. Yeah, it just gets you. I think I played 3 hours of the game. And there was nothing, and then it just hit you, and yeah, I'm still disturbed. If you love creepy horror games that will disturb you forever, this is it. All right, 18 achievements for 1,000 gamer score. It's about 2 out of 10 difficulty. Not hard. You just have to kind of know where you're going. It's a story. It's just your watch along story, and you have to make choices. Between 8 to 15 hours and 1 full playthrough, with various number of partial skip playthroughs. So you have to play a whole playthrough without skipping because you can't skip the dialogue. You are this dude, and he is in a literature club with these 4 girls. All right? It's funny. And then, well, it's funny at first. And then the second time you play through, or however many other times, you could completely skip the dialogue, which is really good because the story was good. But you don't want to sit through all that again, especially if you're just trying to get certain things. So I'm going to give you as few spoilers as possible, as I always do. I hate spoilers. So here we go. Category number 1, story achievements. Number 1, start a new game. All right. So what happens is there is a first section of the game, basically like Act 1 kind of, and then you have to restart the game. You just go to the start screen. I'm not going to tell you why. But as soon as you start that, you'll get it. So as long as you're playing the game, you'll get that. Kill everyone. Oh, dear. So there's a point where you're going to end up having everybody dead. All right? That really isn't a spoiler because it is, but it isn't. It's in the achievements. But yeah, once you get that, you'll be fine. And then 3, thank you. As long as you're playing through the story kind of the way it goes, you'll get it. As long as you're not doing anything special, which you probably won't on a blind playthrough of it. All right. So yeah, category number 2, poem achievements. So number 1, any % WR attempts. So you have to just so there's this poem mini game, and you could choose random words to make a poem, and you have 20 chances to do it, like 20 parts, 20 words you pick, and each of the 3 girls that you want to impress, I guess, or you like, you have to pick their words for them that make them the happiest. And there are lists all over with words. In fact, in the menu, one of the menu things, you can find all their words, but you can find it online as well. And I don't know if I'll put something up, but I don't think I really need to necessarily. You can find it online or True Achievements. But if you just spam A as fast as you can, then you'll get this achievement. So you just spam A, go through all 20 of the words really fast, pick random words. As long as you do, I think it's under 20 seconds, but if you're spamming, you'll be fine. So that's that one. Number 2, Doki Doki Poetry Slam. This is where you have to wait to finish the poem making until the music kind of restarts. So it's a few minutes, I think. You just let it go and then go. You'll get that achievement. And then for the next 4, number 3 is Perfect Sayori, Perfect Netsuki, Perfect Yuri, and Perfect Monica. These are the 4 girls. And if you pick every single word, or the maximum amount of words, so let's say you out of the 20 words, you pick 15 out of the 20. I think as long as you get the majority of them are for Sayori, for all 3 times, there are 3 times you have to do it in the game. And then once you restart the game or go to a new section, that's when you can do for another character. But 3 times in a row, you have to get all of Sayori's words, or most of Sayori's words, you'll get that. And same thing with Natsuki, and same thing with Yuri. And then for Monica, you have to just kind of play the game, and you'll see. Eventually, I didn't try to get this. I think it's kind of story achievement-ish. It's unmissable, but yeah, I'm not giving any spoilers. So number 3, category 3, desktop achievements. So this is where if you quit out of the game, you can actually go to a fake desktop, and you'll see it here in the video. And number 1 is error, and that means that you actually have to go into the pictures, and you have to pick one of the pictures there, and you have to just make it your wallpaper. So yeah, that's that. And then and you'll unlock pictures as you go. Number 2 is no. And this is when you're in the regular menu, like, you know, the Doki Doki Literature Club menu that we're talking about, and you select exit the menu. And when it says, do you want to exit and return to the desktop, you say no, and you get that achievement. I know, like, it's kind of random. The next one is buy my mixtape, and that's for listening to the music section of this, and you have to listen to it for 20 minutes. So you spend 20 minutes listening to the music on the desktop. You could do it while doing other things. So, and I'm pretty sure it is cumulative, yeah. So there you go. So you just have to get that, and that's the last of that category. Those are all random ones I actually did right away. Number category. Category 4, highly missable achievements. So here we go. She will never be real. Number 1. All right. So at the end of the game, you're going to be in a room with Monica. She's one of the girls, and she's going to be talking to you. And then there are going to be like pauses in between what she's saying. And you literally have to sit there for 19 or 20 of her statements or her conversation she's going to have with you. And if you sit there that whole time and you just keep listening and don't do anything else, don't quit the screen, don't do any of that, then you will get that achievement. She will never be real. And again, I know you can't wait to see what am I talking about. Why is this scary? Because I want to tell you so badly, but I can't because that is a spoiler. And the next one is Too Stocked. And Too Stocked is where you delete Monica twice after getting deleted 0 times. So towards the end of the game, you could actually delete Monica's file. You could delete a lot of different files. It's kind of weird. In the menu, you could delete files. So you delete her file when you're supposed to basically delete her file, which you'll know. And then once you restart the game, you have to delete it again. So basically, the game's going to reset and reboot, and then you just delete her again. Actually, there is a command called reset that you have to do to reset the entire game. And once you do that, you delete her again, and then you get that achievement. All right? And the last one in this category is called Stonks. So, Stonks. Stonks. And this is a review Paula's project plan. And this one is kind of ridiculous. All right? So on the virtual machine, that's where you can find all the files. And that's not hard to find at all. It's on the desktop. You have to go to Files. You have to go to Internal. You have to go to the second folder, the second one again, the first one. All right? You cannot get into this file. You cannot do it unless the clock is at 2:40 a.m. or 2:40 p.m. Are you kidding me? One night I was up really late, and 2:40 a.m. I finally got this, but you literally need to wait till the clock on the desktop says 2:40, and then it's real time, the desktop with your real clock, or I guess with the Xbox clock. And then you have to just look at this file at that point. How ridiculous! Sorry, I'm not a fan of that one. I do not know if you can get it by changing time. I don't think you can for some reason, but maybe, I guess. I don't usually change the time, so I don't know that part. But you definitely get that just for opening the file at 2:40. So the next category is good ending achievements, and the first one is Dan Says Hi. And this is very complicated. It takes a long time, but it's okay. So I told you basically in the first part of the game, before you have to restart it and start a new game, there are 3 options to make poems. There are 3 times you can do this mini game. And so before the first poem starts, in the beginning of Act 1, that is when you have to make a manual save so that you're basically saved at the first poem. All right. Then you need to do all 3 poems for Sayori, make them all perfect for her. And then when you get to the part before you go back to her room a second time, I know you don't know what that means. And she hugs you and all this or whatever. You're making a decision at that point. Then you need to restart, and then you need to do the same thing, all 3 poems for Natsuki. And then you the same thing, you get to that same spot. You need to do all 3 poems for Yuri. And then once you get to Yuri, you can continue, and then that scene will happen. Then you'll start Act 2, which is the kind of restarting the game. Not resetting it, restarting it. And as you do that, you're going to unlock all of the cutscenes, basically, or all the pictures that go along with each of their perfect poems. If you do it 3 times, you get 3 different scenes you need. And this will help you unlock all of the collectibles. But you need to do that also for Dan Says Hi. And by the end, you'll also get a different ending, as long as you're doing it the right way. And yeah, so it should unlock after the credits. So that's about that. And then the next achievement in this category is called Friendship in Literature, and that's where you finish all of the side stories. And so the side stories are unlocked by doing exactly what we just did in Dan Says Hi. If you do that, you'll unlock all these side stories, and all you have to do is go through each one of them. And they weren't super thrilling, to be honest. Sorry. I guess I'm a hater, but you just had to watch all of them and interact. So that was it for that. Now, category 6, collectibles achievement or collectible achievements. I don't know the collectibles. With number 1, breakthrough. This can be a pain, especially since I had gotten to 89%. It actually says in the menu when you're there. 89%, and then I restarted the game, and all of a sudden it was at 40 something again. So that was annoying. And I just finished it in one sitting after that just to make sure. So the way you do this is you play the game, and then I will definitely put up a guide for this one. So this might be the one guide I'm putting up. But yeah, what you need to do for this is you need to get every single collectible. You could track which ones you have, and you need to do regular game. You need to do the good ending, which is Dan Says Hi. You need to watch all the bonus stories, which you get from doing Dan Says Hi. And once you do that, you need to listen to all the music. And there is one song you need to listen to a few times, and then another song will come up. It's like a secret song. Same thing. You just have to look at everything, basically. You have to do everything. Now, there are some extra things you do. If you pick a certain word in one of the poems, you will get it. If you do a certain thing at a certain time and try to do, Anyway, the guide will show you exactly how to do it. It was a pain to keep track of what I was doing, but once it was really down to, I did the perfect ending, and I did all the bonus stories, and at that point, there wasn't really much to do. I just had to go back and do a couple extra things. Yes. So, enjoy this. I suggest this game for anybody who loves indie horror. It's disturbing. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next time on the Achievement Planner.